Day 5 of the Hardthings project. Hey guys, happy Sunday. Always remember to keep hydrated. Probably one of the most important things, besides your nutrition. But it is actually part of your nutrition. So, guys, today's day 5. Today's Sunday. As I was telling you before, even though we're counting the days and we're in day 5, been training for a couple weeks, but this is honestly the actual first week that I've been going at 100%. 100%. Gave it my all. In terms of discipline, I am very, very proud of myself. Let me say that for a little bit because I got sick and I'm still sick. But the way that I get sick, it's something like a cold. Um, but the way that I get sick, it's not so much that I get the same type of like symptoms as a cold. It's a little bit different. I get a little bit of a fever. Um, um, Mostly I feel it when it comes to energy. So waking up in the morning, it's a little bit more challenging. Performing at the gym, it is definitely more challenging as well. So I stopped doing pre-workout a few years ago because I realized that I became dependent on it. And from the pre-workout, I transitioned into just black coffee. And I realized that that was enough because I didn't even think that I needed it, but always when you're beginning your workout, you need that spark, right? And once you start and you get into a rhythm, the same thing that I was telling you the other day, you get the energy. Your body starts functioning, you start moving, and you just get motivated, and you go from there. Um, Everything is here. So once you focus, you get that energy going. You're unstoppable. But one of the things that is very important at the gym is also being concentrated, right? Because I have friends, and I used to do it as well in the past. I'm not judging at all, but I see that there's a lot of folks that go and they just like go and like talk to people. They work out, they start talking to people again, and there's nothing wrong with it. I understand that there's also a lot of gyms that are like very social. There's a lot of people that go to the gym to socialize, and that is completely fine. However, if you're not taking any pre-workouts and you're not taking any coffee, unless you focus 100%, you put your headphones and you focus 100% on yourself and you hear your podcast, you hear a motivational speech, or you hear your music, it's very hard to get to the point where you're going to be able to have a good workout unless you're focused 100%. So I'm not saying be antisocial. I'm just saying if you want to progress a little bit faster, maybe you can keep the socializing part for the beginning and then at the end of the workout, right? Just saying, it works for me. However, this week I needed a little bit of coffee. I'm not gonna lie. I found these pills. One of the reasons why I stopped drinking coffee in the beginning is because it kind of like gives your teeth a little bit of like a yellowish color once you start drinking a lot of black coffee. I just didn't like it, especially because I hate going to the dentist, and every time that I go to the dentist is always a nightmare. And the last time, which was the first time that I needed a teeth whitening because I was drinking too much coffee at that time, um, it was also not nice. I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it. Your teeth feel so sensitive. If you've done it, you know what I'm talking about. I rather not drink coffee. You know what I'm talking about. That's how bad I don't want to go to the dentist. But anyway, stop drinking coffee. But this week I needed it, and I found these pills. I think it was it was Amazon. I found it on Amazon, and they have it either in 100 and 200 milligrams of coffee. And I'm not saying that you should take them every day, but sometimes if you need them, they're probably better than a pre-workout, anyways. So I took those this week because I was sick, and literally, when it was time to wake up, I had zero energy. I didn't want to go back to sleep. Because if I go back to sleep, then it's game over. I know myself. I've been doing it for years, and I want to say that I've learned from it. I don't want to say that it's never gonna happen again, because we're human, made of flesh. Um, but I definitely don't want to go back to that routine where I used to be like, oh, another 10 minutes, and then I'll wake up 2 hours later, and the rest of the day is ruined, right? Because your schedule, your routine, everything that you have planned, everything goes back an hour, 2 hours, and it's not the same. But anyway, so I needed those. I'm still sick. I'm still feeling energyless. Tend to feel a little bit of fatigue, and that fatigue, given that I don't have the same type of energy and I cannot perform 100%, it tends to take me to this mentality that feels a little bit like depression. It's not depression, but it feels a little bit like depression, right? Because it just feels like that type of energy that it's just heavy and dark. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's what I've been feeling the past 3 days. But today it was a recovery rest day. What I do in recovery rest days now, it's go to swim, because yeah, number one focus right now is running. We have to get ready for the half marathon in New York, but before that, we have to finish that 10K on the 28th of December really strong. I don't just want to finish it, I want to finish it strong. So that's the number one focus, but I still want to keep an eye on that triathlon. And the reason why I want to keep an eye on that triathlon is because I used to like cycling, but I've never done it competitively. And I never enjoyed swimming, but I took classes when I was a kid, and I took it for several years. So that actually came back pretty fast, and to my surprise, the number one discipline that I'm enjoying now, even more than lifting, crazy, right? But even more than lifting, is swimming. I'm really enjoying it. This is only the second session. The first one, I was also enjoying it, uh, but it felt very uncomfortable to go back to the basics and the breathing, everything. Your body has to get used to it. But today, it was pretty good. I was able to keep a rhythm. Woke up at 4, got to the gym at 5. I swam for an hour. But again, I didn't go hard because it was a recovery day. So every 25 meters, which is a pool, I will rest for 5 seconds and then go again. So within the hour, I don't even know. I will be lying. I don't know how many laps I've done. Next time I'll count for sure. In fact, I wasn't supposed to be doing this video right now. I just wanted to stay consistent. I actually did the video at the pool, at the gym, because there was nobody. Um, I don't want to say that I'm uncomfortable with making videos in public, but I'm I, I'm very new to the YouTube thing, so give me a little bit of time. But there was nobody, so I was like, hey, this is perfect. I'm here in my swimsuit. I'm looking like a pro. And I was there swimming, and I made the video, but the audio is horrible. You cannot understand a single word that I'm saying, and I threw like a motivational speech because I was like feeling motivated after like swimming for an hour. I'm not the same level of motivated as I was in the morning at this time, so I'm not gonna give you the speech right now. I'll probably give it to you guys tomorrow. But basically, I was just talking about showing up. I talked about showing up the other day as well. And the reason why I was talking about showing up, I'm not gonna go into like the whole speech, but I just wanna like tell you guys something. It makes me very happy when I go to the gym in the morning, uh, like 4:35, and I see so many people. I don't know if your gym is like that, but the gym that I go to here, it's fairly new. It's a very nice gym, and it's open 24/7. Okay, so I still don't know if it's people that have the type of shift that like ends at like 1, 2, 3 a.m., or if we have some doctors or some nurses. I don't know which professionals are there at that time. What I know is that there is a fairly good amount of people. And when I get to the gym and I see so many people, and that's from Monday through Wednesday through Thursday, you know how it gets on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're going to talk about it in a second. But I see a lot of people, and makes you feel good, right? Because you're like, okay, okay. I see that there's a lot of people that are working on themselves. They're showing up. This is inconvenient as hell, because if you're coming to the gym at this time, it's because probably after this you have to go to work, or you're leaving work and then you have to go to sleep. But it's still a crazy time, because I'm pretty sure that 9 out of 10 people would say, hey man, it's 4 in the morning, I'm going to sleep. Or it's 4 in the morning, I'm going back to bed again. But no, I see a lot of people at the gym. That's awesome. Love it. However, today, Sunday, there was nobody. And it was the same schedule, right? Like getting to the gym at 5 a.m. and there was like not a soul. In fact, the guy at the front door, he was sleeping too. So I was like, huh, interesting. Interesting. Listen, not everybody is training for a marathon. Not everybody is training for a triathlon or an Ironman. I get it. And a lot of people take the rest day on a Sunday, and that's all good, right? But this really gives you an idea of what needs to be done in order to. I'm not talking about being better than anybody. I don't believe that anybody's better or worse than anybody. We're just different. But what does it take to be different, right? And what it takes to be different is to do what's different. And what's different could be showing up at 4, 5 a.m. at the gym, not just on Monday when you're all motivated and it's a new week and I gotta go hard again and I gotta grind. But how about Sunday? How about Saturday? How about, okay, guys, this Saturday, I'm not going out. Gotta show up at the gym tomorrow. Oh man, you're so boring. You don't like to do anything. What are you gonna do anyway? It's just one day, blah, blah, blah. It's just one day. Oh, let me have one McDonald's. It's just one meal. Just one meal. Let me go out and drink. It's just gonna be one night. Just one night. Right? Let me go out with some friends. We're gonna go crazy. And I might disrespect my partner. It's just one time. I think one time is enough. See how it goes? It escalates. Everything escalates. That's why every habit and every routine does not start with the big stuff. It starts with the very, 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 very small steps that you do, like setting everything up at night so everything is easier in the morning. How about that? That's a very small step that is going to take you 2 minutes. So how about tonight, after watching this video, or after watching whatever you're going to be watching, but before going to sleep, you get everything ready for tomorrow. Because you have to leave at 5 in the morning. It's already a nightmare to leave at 5 in the morning, right? Or to wake up at 4 or whatever time you decide to wake up. But what if you just do yourself, your tomorrow self, a favor, and you make it a little bit easier? So there is no space, there is No option for excuses. How about you do that today? So you get everything ready. You get your outfit ready for the gym. You get your bag ready. You have everything in there that you need. So the next morning you don't have to be like thinking like, oh my god, what am I gonna wear? Oh my god, where's my bag? Where's my towel? No, 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 no. You have everything ready tonight. So tomorrow there's no excuses and you just wake up and you know exactly what to do. In fact, you take it another step further and you prepare everything, literally everything. So if you take a shower in the morning, just get all your stuff ready so you can do it everything in order. How about you also set everything up in the kitchen? So instead of thinking, oh my god, what am I going to have for breakfast or where's my coffee, you set everything up so it's like a step by step that you just have to complete. Because you know how everybody is when they wake up, unless you're a morning person. I don't know how you do it. But for anybody that is normal, that is not a morning person, uh, you kind of like crazy in the morning, right? Because you wake up and you're like, what do I need to do? It is like that. I'm not lying. You know, I'm not lying. That's why everybody wants to like have that coffee like as soon as possible because that like gives you a little bit of energy and focus so you can like do your stuff. But you might not even need that energy and focus if you have everything ready and you just have to like do a step by step and then just drive, right? And then if you want to have your pre-workout, your coffee or whatever at the gym, then awesome, do it, kill it on the workout, right? But you might find that you might not even need it. Because as I was telling you before, if you get to the gym and you focus and you start giving your 100%, you're like, damn, okay, it's mental. Everything ends up being mental. So yeah, but let's go back a little bit and let's talk about the small steps, the one times, right, that we were talking about before. What if we turn that around and we do one times for becoming our better selves, for bettering ourselves every single day? What if for one time you have those veggies that you actually hate, right? What if for one time, instead of ordering takeout, you actually prepare everything and you cook the night before? What if for one time you replace that soda with water? What if one time you decide that Saturday night you actually don't want to go out and you don't want to be hangover and do absolutely nothing on Sunday, and what you actually want to do is get a great night of sleep so you can show yourself and your body some respect, and then the next day show up at 5 a.m. to see who else is crazy enough, who else is different enough to be able to be there with you at the gym. And man, let me tell you something. If you find anybody at that gym at 5 a.m. on a Sunday, say hello, because that's a person that you probably want to befriend. I would. And that's actually an advice that came from my mother. Because she said, if you find somebody that is willing to put in that type of work, they're probably also on a very similar journey as yours. Interesting. But not just that, they've gotten to the point where they know what they want, but they've also worked on themselves to the point where they're willing to sacrifice what is very enjoyable, right? That it's going out, having a drink, going to the club, going to watch a movie, like the easy thing, entertainment. But let me tell you something, guys. In my line of work, you talk to certain people that are very successful, right? I tend to serve those affluent clients. And the part that I enjoy the most about doing that type of work is that sometimes they come to see you two, three times, and then you start having good conversations and they open up. And then you ask them, right? Hey, so give me an advice. You're very successful. I see what you do. Tell me how you got there. What did you do different? And the type of advice that they provide you, that's what I love the most. And actually, the reason why I'm talking to you guys about this and the reason why I'm doing this in part, it's because of a client. Because one time I approached this guy, we met, he became my client, and I realized that I really admire what he was doing at the time. I don't know if he's still doing it. I'm pretty sure his business is still booming because of who he is and his values. And I asked him, hey, what does it take? And he said, just make sure that you observe what everybody else is doing in your field, and just make sure that you don't try to do more, but you try to do what they're not doing, right? Okay, so I said, all right, that sounds easy enough. So you observe and you see what people are doing on your field, and you start observing the behavior of everybody doing everything that you do, right? And I'm not talking about comparing yourself or just turning everything into a competition. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about observing and knowing where you want to go. One of the reasons why I decided that this channel was not going to be a countdown. So like 400s until my Ironman, 399 days, 300, 200, 100. It's because my goal is to be a little bit, even like 0.01% better every single day in some way. If I can do it in every single aspect of my life, then that will be an awesome day. But if I can get a 0.01% better at anything day by day, then I think that by the end of my life, I will say, wow, I lived a good life. And the reason why I decided that instead of a countdown, this channel was going to be a count up is because I started thinking a lot, especially now that it's the holiday season, about all these countdowns that we do, right? Countdown till Christmas, countdown till New Year's. And I don't know if this happens to you, but in my case, and my family's as well, you wait so much that you're not even present for anybody. You're not even present for anything because you're just like waiting for that day to arrive. And I get it. Those festivities are beautiful. They're amazing. You want it to be Christmas already. You want it to be New Year's already. But then when it arrives, you're like, oh, it's already here. It was so fast. And that's because you were not present while you were waiting for it. And then it's gone. And when it's gone, I'm pretty sure I share the same feeling with a lot of people. You feel empty because you're like, oh, I waited so much for it. And now it's another year, and then it's January again, and it's Monday again. But what if you change that? And instead of waiting, instead of not being present, instead of counting down the days, you start counting up. And you say, hey, my name is Adolfo. My name is whatever your name is. And today is going to be my day one of me doing this that I know that I'm supposed to be doing, that I've been just prolonging for so long, that I've been resisting to. Because of this, because I'm afraid, because I'm anxious, because I'm afraid of what people are going to say about me, it doesn't matter. Just promise yourself, hey, today's going to be my day one. And then tomorrow's going to be my day two, my day three, and my day four. You keep counting out and you keep yourself accountable. Imagine how different your life would be if you remain consistent for 365 days, but you make every single day count because you're keeping yourself accountable. What if you do what I'm doing? And even if nobody's watching, you're like, you know what? Tomorrow is day 6 and I gotta show up to the gym because then I have to record a video, which could be just for myself or it could be for an audience on YouTube, whatever. And I don't want to lie. I don't want to say day 6 I showed up to the gym and I did this and I did that, but you actually didn't even go. You overslept and then you were late for work. And then because of that you didn't have a productive day. And then that's why you felt horrible. And guess what? Because you felt horrible, you went to sleep super late because you decided to have a snack because that makes you feel good at the moment. And then you woke up late again. See how there is not only one time, because that one time can cascade into 100, 200, 300 times. The good news, the same thing can happen the other way. It just takes a lot more work. So if you didn't want to hear that, I'm sorry. It is what it is, and that is the truth. But the good news is that anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. It just takes a lot of work. But that's the whole point. Because if we didn't take a lot of work, then everybody will be doing it, right? And we don't want to be everybody. We want to be different. We want to be somebody. Guys, today was day 5 of the Hardthings project. Tomorrow is day 6. Tomorrow we're going to go back and lift. It's push day. Let's go. But we're also going to run. I'm going to run again for 15 minutes at least at a high rhythm because I think that my shin splints are good to go. Thank you for following me on this journey, guys. It is a pleasure. See you tomorrow.